Welcome back, everybody, to ESL Pro League. One more match for the evening. NiP and EnVy are going to face off on Inferno, and a lot of big implications, as most of these matches do towards the end of the season, about where teams are going to end up, both at the top and the bottom. And these two teams are currently in kind of that middle pack where they could go a little bit either way. You could see we're just was interested in bringing these up one more time. EnVy has kind of risen, actually.
They jumped 2 spots.
Yeah, up to 8th place, so that's not bad. I mean, still an ability to make some kind of a late run. Probably have to rely on some losses from the people above them. But NiP, I mean, this does no help in them avoiding relegation.
They're in a rough time. I think that is the best way to put this current situation for them. Yeah. So just to reiterate, if they do end up in relegation, not the auto relegation, which is last place, but if they end up in 12th or 13th, they'll be playing off against Big or Penta, respectively.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I think it'd just also be surprising me to look at the names: NiP, Virtus Pro, not only legends of CS:GO and Counter-Strike in general, but like the teams, like everything is. We've just become so familiar to them in professional scenes.
It's very strange, right? Because NiP started off with a bit of a slump with Pit, and then they got Draken, and then they look better. And I get excited. I don't know about everyone. I got excited, and now they've dipped again. And it's not the part of the season where you want to be dipping. So that's just a little bit unfortunate for them. Yeah. They have a lot of work to do this year, right? They have to re-qualify for even the major. For the major. They have to qualify for the minor as well, don't they?
Yeah. Well, no, they'll be in the minor. Oh, they might have to, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure.
So yeah, basically, yeah,
essentially.
But for both of these teams, right? Because they don't really have a lot of stock in events right now. Like EnVyUs, they don't have enough members to retain that legend spot, so they also aren't in the major. They're going to have to qualify as well. I believe they are in the qualifier itself, though. So basically, the point I'm making is a lot of rebuilding for these teams to be doing, and right now EnVyUs looks like the squad that is going down the right path. They're looking a lot more dangerous, and good individual players coming out from players like XMS, who I was definitely sleeping on in the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Inferno's could be a good map to see where these teams are. Both teams have very different performances on it, even though we just saw EnVy beating NiP on cash. So it should even out a little bit, I can imagine, if not swing to NiP's favor. But I guess that depends what NiP we're going to see. It's not like we haven't seen them having very poor performances on Inferno as well, but EnVy have also struggled. It's the map we haven't really seen them excel on yet. I think, you know, every other map you've seen couple of glimpses of them being actually quite a diligent team. You saw it every now and then coming through like, oh, this could be that roster to finally impress, but they've had some really rocky games, to be fair. So they haven't quite made that their own yet.
Yeah, I mean, this seems to be a map as well that, at least with Drake and with the AWP, he can choose to be aggressive if he wants to. This is a map where he can kind of go find the impact that he wants to have on the map if he's able to keep that AWP in his hands and not lose to the pistol buys that we saw him do in cash.
Yeah, on the CT side, definitely. On the T side for NiP, in the matches that they had, in Pro League anyway, they had a close one versus Astralis. I think they lost 16-12, and then they had one that they actually beat Fnatic on 16-14. But the thing that bowed them out on their T side was that A execute that I went over, I think it was last week or the week before, which was basically very well timed to catch out that close quad/diggity player, and the flashes would just keep coming in, so you can get that side control where we saw Forrest and Freiburg run straight in.
Right.
If they don't have those gimmicks, or if EnVyUs have prepped for that, right, and they know the counters, which is just lay down a couple of Molotovs when you see that smoke come in, then they're going to have a really rough time, because that was a huge factor for them getting those matches to be close or winning them.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to see how all that plays out. We'll see if that little gimmicky tactic that Chad highlighted is going to come into play. NiP needs a little bit of a miracle this late in the season with the slump they're in. We're going to send it over to Henry G and Sadegist.
Yes, hello, and I do believe in miracles, you sexy thing, Jason. We're going to get ready to rock with this one. EnVyUs take the last map cash, and as they mentioned, that jumps them up to, like, what, 8th place? They can make a late run at this. I don't know if they go that far, but it gets them out of relegation, which is a great position to be in, considering how competitive the European scene is right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
what was that?
Well,
the chuckle. What are you disagreeing with?
I'm not disagreeing with anything. I was kind of still laughing at your kind of...
okay, all right. The sexy thing.
Yeah, the sexy...
Where
I believe
from?
miracles. That's
you sexy thing.
That's a good little track, you know? I was still rattling around in my brain. Anyway, NiP versus EnVyUs here on Inferno. I have never been impressed with NiP's Inferno. Obviously, back in the old iteration, they were very good on it a couple of years ago, to be fair. But this one, I really think their T side is underwhelming, and I think EnVyUs are going to run away with this one. EnVyUs have actually had some really good results on Inferno, and NiP, they did look decent in some rounds there. Like Lauren was saying, they had some flashes of glory in terms of a few good rounds and good clutches and pincer plays. They were actually looking like a real team again instead of getting battered by everyone. But let's have a look. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they'll be ready to strike on here in Inferno. We'll get into it straight away. Buy comes in. 4 sets of armor for EnVyUs, and XMS with the smoke and 2 flashbangs. That suggests it'll be an A-side attack. You normally need 2 smokes to get towards the B side, but 1 is enough just for towards CT spawn if you want to overwhelm it. But it looks like they will be going with some second mid control here. Exist spots towards second mid, gets a bit of vision to EnVyUs there. We're going for the apartment's control. Pretty standard stuff for now. Exist challenging. Takes one shot, decides to fall back, and 6 he's not having any of it. Scares him off.
Does indeed. I like this Inferno. It's not bad. I'm still happy with the job Valve has done.
I love it.
Let's remake Aztec next. And then Prodigy. And then Tuscan / Mill. Maybe get Fire
Aztec's
done.
already in the game.
Yeah, but let's get it, competitively viable. Get Right's viable. Make it 3. No, 2. Okay, take that back. Exist actually got 2 of those. It looked like they were all his headshots, but it's a good combination kill. As Exist falls off, Get Right continues to try to find more. Freiburg will, and NiP will start this game off on the best foot, much like they did in the last one. Converting it, another issue.
Yeah, absolutely. That was much better. And it's quite a interesting play from EnVyUs. Very few teams actually opting to go towards that balcony area. In the pistol, you can get sprayed down like that. It's quite common for NiP to hold a passive position towards the bomb side 2 in the pit as well. Exists spraying them down with the silent USB. A force bind return. No bomb going down for EnVyUs here. So Tech9's PD50s. No smoke, so a bit of a problem. Draken gets the scout out. Yes. I'm feeling he can get something going towards T steps here, but that'll be the case for now. No one there, but Happy is coming towards the underpass, but he's changed his attention towards Boiler. Jumping up, trying to get some vision here, some damage inflicted to Forest, and then some, down to 3 HP. So, something to work with here. They'll have the information they've dinked him at least. Like I said, B's not really an option here, because while that smoke and CD spawn, you're going to get mowed down by rotating players. You can't really hold off the bomb plant. Looks like they will be heading towards that position. I'm not sure what they're hoping to get from it. Maybe just flashing at the top for now, pushing any CDs that could be at the top. There's only Freiburg there, so maybe this does have some legs to it. 1 flash remaining. Flash over. Might as well commit now, boys. In we go. Freiburg to hold them off. Good job.
Not bad at all with the UMP, and then a little Molotov to make sure they can't cleanly get toward default, which will hold them at bay. The waters and tides continue to rise. They will get there eventually. So too does the rotations. And despite the rotations, keep in mind Forest is on 3 HP. Freiburg's gone down. And B site's not the easiest in the world to get back into. So this is reasonable for Envy. Not only that, they get right down. Draken's gonna follow it in. Exist is missing a ton of shots. He's low, 12 HP for him. Thankfully hits 2 headshots, or excuse me, 2 kills rather. But it's still a massive problem. Happy, he can play the time on this. RPK's got an angle. It won't take a headshot. Just any shot will do. Any shot at all. There's 1, there's 2.
Both headshots, to be fair, so that works. RPK, good job. And it's another force by victory for Team EnVyUs towards that B side. Like I said, I didn't think that was going to work out for them. 1 flashbang to get in there. They lose the first kill as well. Freiburg dropping the incendiary to buy the team some time. At that point, the rotations are coming in from NiP. Doesn't work out, though. They get overwhelmed by the Tech9s with no grenades at all. That's interesting that happens. So back and forth. This seems to be the current state of CSGO, really. They win the pistol, and then NiP will probably win this round. We'll see what happens here. They managed to pick up the Eagles 5-7, speedy 50s, a couple of smokes as well. Scream, he's not messing around, straight towards middle. He might be found by Exist, though. He certainly is. Forrest going to be in towards Garbage as well. He gets 2 frags at PD50. Should be found at this point. 2-on-2 now. Really interesting way to actually kick it off for EnVyUs. You don't have to commit that heavily in the anti-ecos, but they went for it and walked into the Lion's Den. Get right enough. Freiburg now haven't managed to salvage any weapons. There's 2 MAC-10s, though. Here we go. Now it becomes a bit of a 50-50. Will they find the terrorists before they make the next move? Oh, this is bad. They're actually going to think it's a B-side attack. They're sticking together as well. And as soon as the bomb goes on A, that's pretty much round over. Yeah, it's over now, Matt.
Yeah.
Calling up.
It's over.
Yep.
Well, I think that's fair. 2 MAC-10s. Now back off. They're going to realize it now as well once they clear this.
They're so far removed.
I think they'd just hold the armor and the MAC-10s. If I were them, they might get close to exits. I think Get Right could push up inside of middle to do that. They may fancy this, you know. They have a smoke and a Molotov. Molotov less so of a factor, given that you can't really defuse inside of your own Molotov, but the smoke you certainly can. They spot RPK early, so they are all in on this. Freiburg's going to round it. No, there's just one in pit. Can't really double stack pit as viably anymore in this new version, and unfortunately with his teammate down, the distance of an M4 is far too significant. You know what we need?
What do we need?
Another M4 alternative called the M16 burst fire only.
Okay. Well, we'll put that. It's probably going to be on front page Reddit because you said it. So
Reddit does love to take what I say quite literally.
Yeah, so look out for that. Anyway, it's going to be EnVyUs there in the 2-on-2. Like I said, as soon as that bomb goes down on A, there's no chance to actually even realistically think about winning that round. But they went for it. It was going to be a full eco regardless. The Max 10s aren't going to bring them much into this one. It's a 4-man stack towards the B site. Exist boosted up in spawn as well. Freiburg gets himself on top of the bomb site. This would be disastrous for EnVyUs to go in without really getting information here. So they'll just be getting towards top of B, working what's going on. But smoke towards city spawn. They like to throw Happy into these sort of positions by himself, and maybe that's the case here. RPK goes in first with the M4, spots one. He might sense some danger at this point. Takes a dink as well, and he'll swap over the gun, considering that he's taking that damage.
Happy with a quick flash out. Over toward B. He goes in. That's the M4 that has to try and locate 3 players, one of them boosted. So I say boosted in that position because that's what we used to refer to it as, but orange is one. You can get up there on your own.
Yeah,
so let's not take the exactly.
It's a self boost.
Either way, it's a very straightforward shot. It wasn't a kill altogether, but damage was done in such an effect that they could quickly clean up Happy. But as always, he's alone, and the bomb is on A. The 3 of them on B. This time with not as much to hold on to in terms of armor, but they do have that M4, and I imagine that's going to be the most valuable asset in all of this because they head into the gun round in the next. So yeah, already backing into a position where they can fortify that.
Yeah, save the M4. They force spawn in that second round, so that's going to help out tremendously in terms of the money situation for them. Exist desperately going towards T-spawn to see if he can maybe take a cheeky shot here. Damage 6 a little bit. I think he'll be looking to save his weapon. One dink from even those Mac 10s might take him down, so needs to be very careful. Draken goes underpass, trying to see what he can do. Like I said, Mac 10s even at that range can cause considerable damage. Scream finds Draken. Exist will be saving the M4 here, and was that down to the bomb at that range? He went down. That's kind of nuts. I think he must have taken like 2 damage. The crack didn't come up at the top right. There it is. 3-1 after winning the pistol. NiP finding himself in difficult times once again. The AWP not going to be a possibility here. Draken down to the M4 and no nades. He really needs to start managing his economy. A catchphrase of CSGO. He buys up the deagles, the body armor. He loves to get involved. And it's often you'll see him about the AWP. But here we go, round number 5. In terms of the setup, NiP trying to get a little bit aggressive towards B. They've only got the M4 and the UMP on this side. There's actually 3 players from what I can see. I think this is a boost coming in, yeah. So Draken will be on top of Freiburg's head. Get right, just babysitting them. Chad and I have tried this out a few times. Not too much effect. This little boost, we seem to get wrecked every single time we do it. Maybe Draken.
Yeah, you guys seem to get wrecked quite a bit lately in your matchmaking. Well, matchmaking or Face It or ESCA or whatever you guys play. All of your endeavors seem to be problematic as of late.
Yeah, Jason and I doing the 2-man stack on ESCA.
To be fair, legitimately, I'm not just saying this. I find ESCA is better to play when you're not in a 5-man queue because the teammate and caliber of teammate you get is better. I find on the competition, it's a bit of a gamble.
So that's fair.
To get what you're going to get.
Times the gambles now. We have got a 4-man stack for NiP towards A once again. I think it's toward Freiburg that's been left at the B site. He let him down that second round force by. Maybe he can step up here. He's got his work cut out for him, though. The entire EnVyUs squad heading towards him with a plethora of smoke grenades and Molotovs, flashbangs. Oh, my. Can they hold it off?
Lions, tigers, and bears.
You like that?
That's good. It's one of my favorite references. Oh, my. Well, they will follow the yellow brick road in toward B. Freiburg can take it down immediately.
Ooh,
that's a
bit of smokes.
Damage. Yeah, that was impressive. However, the kills still go. Well, at least the ones that matter to get them into the site go to Envy. Good denial of the bomb from Drake, and the boost gets found. But there's only 9 seconds, and they haven't got the bomb in their possession. They're going to just get back toward it now, and RPK can't reach it until that kill comes in. Even then, they're going to have trouble. Done. Round over. Well done from NiP, as you said, through smoke as well. 2 kills from smoke. So Drac can go on from the ruin side. Get right gets a UMP kill through the CT smoke as well at pretty much the exact same time. Lucky is a word that gets banded around in CSGO quite a lot. That's maybe not so much luck, an educated guess through the smoke there, but the fact they came in at the same time as well. Very fortunate, to say the least. 3-2, NiP pull one back. Still money available, though, for EnVyUs. 6 are just with a Glock. Late buy from him with a Tech 9 head armor, 1 smoke. So still a relatively decent buy from EnVyUs as a whole. They seem to operate very well, just pistols. So I'm sure they'll be absolutely fine with this situation. We're going to round number 6 here. NiP looking to avoid the reset here after winning the pistol. They do pull one back. Still a CT-sided map, in my opinion. So that rings true for NiP here. They're looking to tie things up
very default round from EnVyUs. Getting the apartments control is a key part of the map. You don't want to allow CT to have vision towards second middle, or even coming behind you and pushing the bedroom position itself. So 3 players coming to this side, and we have got a little bit of activity towards Banana as well. They must be slowly but surely taking control of that area. Smokes in towards A. That'll be towards R. Just take away CT vision there. Maybe an AWP is posted out of that position. You're not going to see anything at this point. That'll be exist. And there will be an A-side finish from what we can see so far. Maybe a smoke in front of the pit. Trying to find that first frag as we start to get ready for the final play.
XMS be charged with the task of trying to work out toward pit from Diggity. Inside of apartment. Happy will wait. It's not a full lurk per se, but he is going to try and enter the scene after the distractions have been laid, and he makes it work, takes down Exist as the bomb gets planted by Sixer on the site. 2 away, fading toward B. Get right and Freiburg save. So another round EnVyUs, 4-2. And stacking them up quite quickly as well as the money continues to be troublesome for NiP, which means that Envy's in full control. This one will build up the bank for them as well. Bookending that only of 1 round.
Yeah, so that's a very harsh reset. And then the A execution coming in. Like we said, most teams on the CT side, especially NiP, I've watched a few of their games on Inferno now, like to play that passive sort of hold on the A side, but if you're not hitting the shots there and having the crossfires as effective as they possibly could be, it can fall apart. And this is a harsh round for NiP to lose, trying to save these 2 rifles now. It's Get Right and Freiburg, both in the ruins position. Freiburg drops. Get Right is going to cower in the corner and hope he can save it. Not going to happen though. XMS takes him down. Double eco territory now for the Ninjas. And they have to force it. They can't really do much about it. Like I said, double eco regardless. Might as well see what they can do. Draken, of course, first one in there with the Deagle and Armor Mat. He never wants to save any sort of cash.
I don't think he actually likes to use the AWP.
Yeah, I don't think he's like, you know what, I'm not feeling it today. If I just keep buying,
I like Deagles.
He loves it. Like, most AWPers will not be doing this. They'll take the full eco and their teammates will force around them. Like, it's obviously most of it's the double eco anyway, right? But the AWPer wants to keep his money up. Maybe just get the Deagle, no armor. At least save some cash. He goes all in. Exist. You can see he's being a little bit more modest. He keeps a smaller investment, just $700 there with the Deagle. 4-2. NiP looking a bit desperate into this round. They'll certainly be eco after this one. Freiburg might just meet his maker now. Happy spotted him, but smoke there as well. Limited his vision. And the wallbang's coming in. Freiburg going to be dead now, of course, as he gets taken down. Good work from EnVyUs here. Not giving too much away. Not committing too much and managing to find the first pick. Now they can slow it right down. Still have a minute remaining. Don't have to go all in. See if they can work out with this stack here. Smoke towards CD spawn just to give RPK a bit of room. Just to look towards the boost positions, towards coffins, new box. Just get some intel. And another smoke towards CT. They'll probably try and find a frag here or two. You can see the bomb still towards A side. So just trying to allow RPK to make something happen here. And make something happen, he will. He finds another kill. Forrest takes him down, but that's enough. They might actually lose a couple of kills, but at the same time, they've pulled all the rotations over. There's only 1 player on the A side of the map. It's Draken, that Deagle. Needs to make it count. Can't land. The shot finally comes in, but still, round should be over. No kits available on the other side of the map. They've actually operated pretty quickly here. You can see top of mid for Get Right. Forest by Library as well. A lot of work to do here with no kits, and they have 1 flashbang in hand.
Scream. Above the wall at pit has Get Right approaching.
Ooh, spotted him, I think.
I don't think you can quite see down the wall from there. I think you need to be elevated slightly higher to see the head. The X-ray, I think, misleads. Wrong, but either way, it is a shot straight through.
Oh, there it is. NiP did force all into that round. Didn't really get too much out of it. Comes down to the 2-on-2. It was very similar to the situation we saw in the previous round, where they're so far removed that situation with no nades. And yes, they have rifles this time, but no kits means they have to go all in. They're not together. No chance of a trade kill. They have to be hitting the shots then. They have no idea what the teaser posted up. So you're going to take an educated guess, sure. The site and pit's very likely, but still, so many boxes to check, so many angles, and they get overwhelmed. Fodika now for the Ninjas. 6-2 over looming. PT50 and Draken with Deagle once again, why not? Keep buying it, mate.
Yeah. If at first you don't succeed,
just keep wasting your money.
Just pick yourself up and try again.
So if you can get it on next round, I'll be very surprised. I'm not connected to the server right now, so I can't tell you his exact cash. But
oh, did you get booted?
I got rushed. He didn't send me the IP.
Oh, Rushley! What have you done? RPK sitting back at mid, making sure he's not exposed to the top right of Mid over toward boiler doorway. Scream will walk out, clear off left side with the smoke. They're going to boost behind it, however, and Draken on his little hand cannon.
Here we go.
That'll move it. That'll move it. Run, 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 boys. It's one way to deal with it. Get Right's had enough. He's had enough of all of this.
Yeah.
Goodbye,
ambitious.
cruel world.
Yeah, just putting it into that one. And Draken took quite considerable damage there with the Molotov. Back towards B they go. EnVyUs have actually been very impressive on these anti-eco situations. Getting one frag, falling back, waiting for the reactions to come in, biding their time, not overcommitting. This is perfect now. Frybo once again alone. Silence USP. If he gets one kill away, I'll be impressed. New boxes is where he decides to hold up, and he'll be dead in about 2 seconds. There it is. And round over. PD-15 at Deagle. Nothing to obtain. Happy, of course, holding towards middle. Getting those lurk frags in, stopping the rotations. Good stuff by him, nailing the shots as well. Forest drops. Just exists now towards Arch. He's got a PT-50. Another clean and concise round there from EnVyUs. In terms of the money, like we said, Draken keeps buying those Deagles, the body armor as well. I'll be interested to see where his money lies going forward. He might be able to squeeze out a glass cannon. That's probably about it. When I say that, it's an orb with no armor exists. That's only one kill, but quickly put to bed by Scream. A 6-2 comes in. Let's have a look at the cash, shall we? So Draken, nearly at 4K. Like, he's got to go on a UMP now, man. Like, he's the AWPer of the team. He's brought in his team to be the sniper. And I have to say, Threat needs to have a word with him about his management of the old cash, because
He is a young man. He's not been released into the world yet to fully understand how the cash flow works.
well, he needs to learn sooner rather than later, I think. Down to a UMP. Not ideal. The AWP, so beneficial in a map like Inferno on the CT side. It's a lot of teams running double AWPs these days, and that's a very good effect. You're not even getting a single AWP here. Draken, certainly not known to be an amazing rifler. He's brought in for his AWP skills. As we get into this one, a double boost. Where is this leading to? So, Forest getting up onto the quad roof. Or exist, I should say. Oh, it's quite cheeky, yeah? This is nice. I like this. So, you got one watching the balcony. That's Forest. Exist patrolling middle as well. Nice angles. Certainly won't be pre-firing those. And Draken beneath as well with a bit of backup. So, that's quite cool. I like that. They've been working away, theorizing what he can come up with in terms of desperate setups, I guess. Let's see if it works out for them. One flashbang could shut it all down, though. That's the thing with this position. I think I like this second edition. I'll come back to this as they're going to get sprayed down. At least get one assist. If we can find any other as he gets queued in. Get Right will arrive from the other side as all distraction goes to 2. So having the 3 men there, the full forward stance in tandem does work out. I like the addition of the flower pot side, because the terrorists can actually use it to look over smoke toward the back of the pit, which I think is quite clever. Yeah, there's so many cool things you could do on this map. Like, I still think we're in its infancy in terms of like setups and T-side executions. We're seeing some really cool ones, but I think the major map, that's when we'll really see what people have got up their sleeve for this map. Like, this is the newest in the map pool, and I think there will be some strats saved for that event. I'm almost certain of it. But a clean round there for NiP. They finally get the all-power Draken as well. They put one back, but Draken aggressive towards Banana. Flash is good. Gets Molotov, who's actually in front of him. He's okay, and nails that shot as well. That's why they brought him in. Those kind of plays. He will be flashed off, but he's safe behind the sandbags there. 5-on-4 for NiP. Scream. He's pushing up with a flashbang. Why not? See if we can get some one-taps going. Not going to be a Peru just yet. It's going to be a 5-on-3, and 6 are now trying to pick up the pieces, but it's all falling apart.
Forrest will go back toward Boiler. Happy's there. He's a little bit hot and bothered under the collar. But honestly, who wears a collar these days? Just get naked and everyone's much happier. Draken gets the shot, though. It's 4 rounds now for NiP. What do you call a ninja in pajamas when it's not wearing its pajamas?
A ninja?
A nip slip.
Yeah, I guess that kind of works. Well, we'll keep working on that one. Punchline needs a bit of fine-tuning, I think. But for now, Scream.
You saying she needs, or he needs?
Yes.
Some implants?
No.
Well, you said the nips need some work?
No, I'm saying the joke needs some work.
Oh, okay.
That's, there it is. Draken aggressive towards second mid. Does actually hit RPK as he jumps across, so that's a nice play by him. Got the information as well that he's going to be on an eco. This is the wallbang we're seeing quite a lot these days. That's quite significant damage as well. It's unlikely to get a final kill for it, but let's tag them up. 1-20 now. EnVyUs do have control of the apartments, but Incendiary in, and once they've got the control of this, doesn't necessarily mean they'll commit towards A. Just trying to take away options for them just to get information. So they're going to be flashing up the middle, and it's quite a defensive hold from the CT side. They know it's an eco, so they don't need to overcommit and allow the Technites to get close.
Oh, gets two, perfect timing, out for the doorway. Fires in, and down goes RPK Sixer, and now Scream. See what happens when you have the AWP, hey?
Yeah, right? That's why it's beneficial. Much more fun than it's the Desert Eagle and body armor all the time. But still, 4-on-1. Happy now. Can't do anything about this. He might get one kill if he's very lucky in terms of the timing. It's not really working out in his favor. Forest is ready for him. And an NiP getting back into this one a few rounds in a row now. That was the force buy, I believe. Okay, no, it was a partial buy. Just Scream went a bit more all in than the others. Going to the AK. They've got a lot of cash going to round number 12 here. 6-5 is the replay of the double kill, I would presume. Yeah, towards Library. Here it comes. Get ready for him up. Boom. That's not bad. If you can only see one player and you get 2 kills, that's always a lot of fun. 3 in total for Draken. And this time, he's not going towards Banana, he's looking towards T steps. Here we go. No AWP on the T side as of yet. Obviously, Sixer will be picking up that role if required. Not necessarily always seen on the T side of Inferno. It's very beneficial on the CT side, as I said before, but there's a shot through the smoke. Happy. Spraying from the underpass, takes down the AWPer. So, it's been thwarted straight away. Bit of a shame, but I guess NiP got those shots through the smoke on the B side as well.
That's true, fair is fair, right?
Yeah.
What goes around comes around.
6-5, 5-on-4. In terms of reactive play, you can see the CT's trying to get some control of the Banana there. That will be Get Right and Fry, but they're swinging down towards T steps. Once they get to the bottom, though, options are limited. You have the choice. If you want to push a bit further, there's normally a player like RBK waiting at the T steps. Oh, look at this. Where is this going? There we go. All the way to the top, it seems, just to buy him some time and maybe flash over and take down a close range CD players. Actually 3 players towards the B side right now. Another gamble for NiP. It's leaving just Forest alone on the A site. RPK doing some good work towards Banana now. He's been great tonight. Another headshot for RPK. Pretty much wins the round single-handedly as we get into a 5-on-2 scenario. Forest and Get Right got their work cut out for them, and Get Right will be falling back. He's been spotted as well. No need to rush him though. As they go together, RPK goes down, Get Right sprays 2, looking for the 3rd as well, can't find it, that could have been glorious. But now will be the 3-on-1, Forest remains.
Forest remains. A dark, gloomy forest. With Little Red Riding Hood and the 3 bad wolves. Scream, XMS, and Happy. It's really not how that story goes, but that's what we're going to fabricate it to be. I kind of combine 2 fairy tales. Is it going to be a fairy tale for Forest? Not quite. XMS will take him down. And we get another round for Envy.
Do indeed. RPK looking very good tonight. He's certainly an up-and-down player, but when he's on form, he has got amazing aim. And if you're not familiar with him, he used to be one of the world's absolute best players in around maybe 2009 in Source. Like, he was an absolute beast in that game. That game really suited his play style. Same with Shoxy as well. When they were in a team together, that was unbelievable. But we'll see what happens in round number 13. 7-5, a difficult buy overall for NiP. Draken with the AWP. There's another shot. He's doing very well towards Banana, I have to say. And it looks like that's really the cue for maybe EnVyUs to try and find something towards the A side of the map. Sixer does have the AWP himself this time. But NiP, as you can see, exists and Get Right down to UMPs. That's why Draken's going a bit more aggressive at the side of the round and see what he can do to get the man advantage at the start. It certainly works out for him. Big round here for NiP. There'll be eco after this one, so considering the scoreline on Inferno, instead of city side map, they want to be picking this one up and not going down to just pistols.
Forest in position to try and capitalize on Boiler when, and if and when I should say, it gets occupied. They haven't gone that way just yet. And this goes for the counter boost once more. This was Molotov'd off when we saw Draken do it earlier on. So another late play to try and get Banana. Having tried originally to push the CTs back on A, they will fall back now because they have to rotate a second player back over to help out Draken on the AWP. And the smoke's all going down. He's not even going to sit to try and get an early shot. He's just going to reset his position, and oddly enough, takes the AWP back to Nubox. It looked like Emo, so Nubox I can understand. Emo would have been a little bit interesting. Manages 1. Resets his aim, though, and Sixer's already got his op on top of him. I think a little bit hesitant in his decision was Draken. Maybe just try and get the 1 and then fall, but it's shots coming through. Misses the UMP, can't land it. And I think we're approaching an 8-5 score.
We are indeed. Get right, the flash through, the desperation play finds 2 players in front of him. The UMP eludes him though, can't get the kill done. Forrest should be able to take down Happy here. He does indeed. That's all the beginning of this round. NiP going to be strapped for cash going into round number 14. We said this would be a bit of a nightmare for them. Only getting 1,400 on top of what you can see right now. Just 0 cash. Same story with Freiburg as well. Get right, just 1,000. If they save the M4, they'll probably force into it. They won't have much for round number 15 either, so they might as well see if they can save his M4 and potentially do something about it with the pistols in the next round. Could get some shotguns out, UMPs. We'll see what happens. Here we go. So these are the M4, Draken at 4,100. I would say you probably do force at this point. We'll see what they decide to do, Matthew. You can drop it a UMP. There it is. Yeah, they will be going all in. 2 M4s, a UMP. Freiburg likes a shotgun. Maybe he brings that out. UMP for him as well. Auto shotgun shenanigans today. Huge advantage for EnVyUs here. And NiP, another 0-2 looming. It's not looking too great for them at the moment.
It's really not. I mean, this is relegation territory. They and Virtus Pro are both in the bottom 3, which means 2 are auto-relegated, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right? 2 are auto-relegated.
No,
the third has
1 is auto-relegated.
1 is auto-relegated.
2 and 3.
2 have to play. That's right. Have to play for relegation. So at this point, Kingwin's the auto-relegated team based on the standings. VP and NiP are the 2 that would have to play for it. Imagine a Pro League without either of them.
That's
I mean,
nuts.
It's happened in the EPL to major teams before. And I'm sure Mountain Dew would love it because there would be a lot more eyes on the Mountain Dew League, to be fair, next year.
Very true. Well, for now, all eyes on this round. Number 14. Mishmash of weaponry here. 2 UMP, CZs, 2 M4s. No, they have got 1 kit. No grenades really to speak of. Just an incendiary for Freiburg. Went for the UMP. They are gambling a bit towards the B side of the map and Get Right stuck in a horrible position as he gets to sandbags and Molotov on his feet. Freiburg has to be flashed over. Something has to happen in this favor here. Can he step up? I don't think he can. Alvin Kev, another amazing display of aim there. He's just on fire tonight as he finds 2 more kills. Draken through the smoke once again, but another 4-on-2. And I have no money going for the last round. They might as well save these M4s, man. No chance I can even think about winning this round. 9-5. Started off as a promising sort of mid-stage to this half. NiP did win the pistol. They got reset. Pulled it back to about the 5-5 mark, but since then, EnVyUs now starting to run away with it. 4-on-2, and like I said, NiP just have to save his weapon. I think one of them's got it in the pit. That's Forrest. Draken, he's already up in CT spawn. I think Forrest will die, Draken will survive.
Happy gets into the corner. You think Forrest will die and Draken will survive. You're getting very specific.
Well, I do like to be totally accurate. Yeah.
I think you're actually right, though. Pit's a little bit tougher. It's more common, less obscure than where Draken is at this point. Forrest, I think you're wrong, Henry. I think you're wrong.
Might be. Well, there we go. He did get challenged by Happy, but can't find the shot, so they do bring an AK-47, picked up at the last second there by Draken, and an M4. So, once again, very weak buy going to round number 15 here, but it's enough. With that AK picked up, someone has to go aggressive here. Draken seems to be up to the challenge. We'll see where he ends up. I can see the minimap right now. He's towards B once again, as are 2 other NiP players. He probably has to go towards car. I'm just trying to find the 1-tap here. Considering Get Right's only got a CZ as well. Big nades. Yeah, strike towards the bottom of B, and they managed to pick up a kill here. So that's exactly what they needed. We'll fall back after that initial exchange. No damage really taken from NiP as well, so that's great.
Sixer. Trying again. Oh, that boost really works. Clever tactic, actually, by Sixer. Sees that the boost is no longer there. They fell off it after the first shot, so he shoots halfway down thinking, maybe I'll get him falling or I'll hit the other guy. Molotov off in the sandbags. Boost should have revealed. Likeliness, there's no one there, but they want to take no chances that there's a brief stack inside of B. And they'll hug the left wall to get closer on the corner. Freiburg, though, was not detected. Gets one, nearly falls down with the SMG in the air to find a second, but doesn't land that either. And as such, immediate rotation comes in from Get Right. Look at the smokes in front of him.
Yeah.
It's really just one, to be fair.
Well, he's got away from his teammates here. CZ in hand, no flashes. Or if he has a flash, maybe... Oh, I was about to say pushes through the smoke, but that's just been lit up again. Sixer finds an easy frag towards Banana.
He's been encouraging me on the AWP to really
actually,
become a
I'm
fan.
liking it now. I take everything I said back yesterday. He's actually been really cool tonight.
Yeah, that's very promising to see.
And another.
There you go. 2! Looking for the 3rd. Forrest will get into the side, swings both directions. XMS will get Forrest down. 10-5.
Yes,
they
indeed.
do one better than on Cash. And on the T side of Inferno, this one I would say is even more impressive.
Yeah, well, unfortunately for NiP, another disappointing half there. Slow start. Started to balance things out in the mid stages, but couldn't really get going at all there. Reset almost every single time. A lot of force buys towards the end. Doesn't amount to too much, but they can have a quick break and see if they can pull it back in the second half.
Well, we get another result that's not favorable to NiP. This one they struggled their way back into. Won the pistol, lost the ensuing force buy from EnVyUs, and then it was battle back, to be fair. It came close at 4-2, I think, was the next closest score. Then 10-5, where we ended.
Indeed, 10-5, not looking too great, and they're going to need the pistol here. If that goes against them as well, looking at a 13-5 off the bat. So I'm interested to see what they bring on the pistol. Been a rough few nights for NiP. This has been better though, Matt, to be fair. They pulled it back on Cash and didn't win, but it was like a 16-13, I think, in the end as well. Still not finding victories here in Pro League and still have a chance of being relegated. They really need this 2-0 tonight to kind of get out of the danger zone. Same story for EnVyUs, to be fair, as well, but winning that first map, potentially the second one as well, it's put them in good stead going forward. We'll get into this one momentarily as I can see them starting to ready up. So, Matt, we have to say, get right. We discussed it on Cash as well. One of the stars of NiP, one of the biggest names in the entirety of CS in general. And for the last few months, he's been absent, and tonight is no different. But hopefully he can step up here and maybe find what NiP needs to get a few rounds on the board to kick things off here. The second half is beginning momentarily. 3 sets of armor for NiP. And I'm not seeing any upgraded pistols. Draken's just got a decoy. That's peculiar. He's got $750. This is a new idea. So the guy who loves to spend money is not spending anything in the pistol at all.
I mean, this is kind of funny because they threw all those decoys top mid.
Did you see him?
They're literally looking at them going, well, all right.
So Draken's not spent a single dollar into this round.
Well, he wants the up for once, Henry.
Yeah,
Maybe he heard you. Get right. His ears are still ringing, so is Draken's. In that situation, Sixer fading away, finds 2.
Good night, NiP.
Goodness me. Scream comes around the corner to try and get back into the action. Sixer is up to 3, wants the 4th, won't find it. Force gets him instead, but it's down by Happy. 11-5, NV, just like on Cash, are able to pick up the second half pistol while in the lead, so they're in a good position.
That was so brutal. RBK gets that 6-shot apartments and Sixer. Oh my God, goes one step further, finds 2 more, actually 3 in total for him. That was kind of nuts. Draken back to the Deagle head armor, of course. So that money he saved in the pistol round completely spent once again. He's down to $0, so don't worry about that. There was no real plan behind it, it seems. He just wants to have extra money for the Deagle, regardless of whether he gets a kill on the pistol or not. So any signs I had kind of shut down. So 11-5. 1 smoke 3 flashbangs for NiP. Obviously, the upgraded pistol as well. No bomb going down. That was a must-win pistol, I have to say, considering what we've seen tonight. And no rifles once again for EnVyUs. All SMGs, 3 MPs, 2 MP9s. I'm not a fan of this at all. I think your best bet is to get 2 rifles, anchor them on either side, and then you can have at least something to fall back onto if you do lose the first pick. But here we go, though. Round number 2. NiP grouping up towards middle. Very defensive hold by Scream and RPK. 6 is getting some mid information. He'll be falling back as soon as he spots him. Flashbang comes in, try and keep himself alive. There's a bit of damage there. Happy blocking him a bit, but it's fine. And they're going to find maybe 2 frags here. Make it 4 as Happy sprays him down.
You missed 3 in your counting, Henry.
I like to be a bit different, you know.
Fair enough. Draken. Wrap back around the corner, take down Happy. Manages that at least. Goes to the deagle. Gets that on XMS.
Here we go.
5 HP, 1 versus 1 against Scream on the MP9. This game's iteration of what I refer to as the TMP from 1.6.
Yes. Had a silence about them.
It did, and it was hilariously awful. But Draken's actually going to beat Scream to the punch, try and get this over toward B. Scream's backing away to go through T-spawn. If he gets this bomb down with enough time and opportunity, ooh, he had that. He had B. I think he's overthunk it. I think he certainly did. Oh, or did he? Because that flash. Scream's actually gone away. So I take it back. Draken's apparently a genius. Because if he gets enough time to get this bomb down and back into a corner where he can cut him off, that 5 HP will be inconsequential. And camping this position on the stairs at Graveyard. Thankfully, no nade for Scream, because I'd be probably throwing a nade there, knowing he's low on HP. If I know he's low on HP, rather than into Pit. Pit's more of an angle you're going to have to duel. But where he doesn't have one, Draken can actually sit to wait to see if he'll go for the defuse, and Scream making a lot of noise. Jumps up to see him, but Draken gets the headshot anyway.
That was brave by Draken.
Look how pumped he is.
Very brave, I have to say. That's a huge round from Draken. Well, the deagle actually pays dividends in the end. He hits a lovely 1 dig after getting the UMP kill and manages to bring NiP back into this game. It's going to be a force buy in return, though. 11-6. Draken with 4 kills in the round and some nice intelligent player in the 1v1. Completely scores Scream there. Sends him packing towards the B side. Bomb down, gets that graveyard position, hears him coming, and finds a headshot. I thought he was going to allow him to run past and all that sort of stuff, but I guess wanted to have the surprise play. 6-7, like this is what Draken should be doing. He's got no armor and just a PT-50. That's only $300 into this round. And he gets a kill as well. It's absolutely fine.
Yeah, I mean, that's certainly not a bad idea. Happy's gotten forced down. Get Right's on 2 HP. This isn't far from done. We've seen Envy win these rounds before. Get Right on that 2 HP as well. Is going to try and slip back up toward the A site, but bomb's on B. So he's just waiting to play lurk with that 2 HP. 6er, thankfully, for Get Right's sake, as he's made it toward top mid, and top of alt mid, rather, I guess, to be specific. Won't be able to see him, so he's in an all right position. All things considered. 6er's got a UMP picked up. Do they chance it's this? Do they go for it? I don't think so. They're already backing off. Get Right, as I said, waits for it. 11-7, Hank.
It's happening.
Hank the
Back
tank.
into it. We'll see what they can do. 6 of the last player remaining. He didn't really bring much into this round, but he manages to walk away with the UMP, a smoke, and a PT-50 as well. So in terms of their buy next round, they didn't quite got it. 6 has got 5K, Happy on 4. I don't think they'll buy into it, though, considering Scream and XMS is so low. So they might just see what they can do with another partial buy, get some 5.7s out, CZs, you know, PT-50s, and 6 with the UMP. It's great for him to have that weapon, because if he does find even 1 kill, that's another $600 to his tally. 5K right now, and he buys a smoke into this round, and he drops over his PT-50, so being very frugal with their money into round number 4 here. Shots up towards middle. Nothing in terms of a real stack here from EnVyUs, quite standard stuff, 2 at B, 3 at A, and a default for NiP. That's how you play them. NiP, I've always praised them for being very good at the anti-egos. Ever since Fret came in, actually, it was a bit of a problem for them, and he actually sorted this out for them, but in current form, anything could happen. Who knows?
It's wise words, Henry.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were that smart. Sometimes.
Sometimes. Some gold comes out.
Sorry?
Some gold comes out eventually, you know.
Yeah,
Every now
I
and
think
then.
so.
You'd hope so.
Scream. PT-50. Can't get in there fast enough to swing left and catch off Get Right. Freiburg has 6er down. Just like last game, we're getting a bit of a late surge from NiP. This time, however, they may have enough rounds to have something in it. I won't get too far ahead of it. It's still a bit of a tally to make it back to 11-11. They'll be 11-8 after this.
Yeah, quite a simple round for them. Get Right goes down to the hands of RPK, but it looks like that's all they'll get out of this round. RPK has some body armor, and he might just want to save that at this point. It saves him $650 going to the next round. You do not need head armor against the AKs. It doesn't really do much for you. It's a one-tap kill regardless. And we've got this little flower pot position being used. It does provide some sort of vision. CT's, or Terra should say, running into it. You can barely see his head. It's actually quite strong in that respect. Got a bit of a 360 there as well. And we'll see whether we can get anything out of this. They will not be going towards him, unfortunately. They'll all exit out of Banana, which a lot of teams do these days. So there's so many tight choke points you can hide in towards that CT spawn area, and RPK will get nothing out of this. But he'd be happy to save his body armor, as I mentioned. So that's absolutely fine. 11-8. Money's now available. Sixer almost certainly bringing out the AWP into the next round. We'll see how aggressive he decides to be. Some players, especially like the Device, Alu, Kenny S has showed us what the AWP can actually do on this sort of map. And the double AWP setup, like I said, so many teams running this setup at the moment. Even FaZe, who don't necessarily have a full-time secondary AWP, it's Nico running on the B site, are all running it. It's actually coming into the game quite a lot these days.
Sixer. Flashed off, has to fade toward arch side at the top of mid. Again, as Sixer fires into it. Needs to stay reasonably close to the action, though he can't just retreat to library because he has to bait in RPK. And at the very least, if they Molotov him off or put utility in his face, he's got to be able to cover him so he can get across. RPK goes early. They already know he's there. Back into the fight. Immediate repeat. Just obliterates Freiburg.
5-3. Sixer doing very good work there. The AWP once again. He's been great all night. Up to Draken, Get Right and Exist now. Not together as of yet. They are heading towards Banana, and that's a missed shot from Draken, which will cost him his life. The Famas takes him down. He was a little bit overextended at that point. His teammates aren't there for the refrag either. So, 5-on-2. Not really much NiP can do this, but damage to the economy like that. They actually find 2 frags now. It becomes interesting. The B site's open, and they have a chance to actually win this round. I don't think EnVyUs had to challenge that at all. Get the crossfire. They guarantee 1 frag at least, instead of both facing before they even made their way to the side. They still have plenty of time to work with here, and another smoke. So that was sloppy from EnVyUs, I have to say.
RPK clearing corners inside of the chapel. Low on HP, might need some holy water to bring him back into it. More so if Get Right fakes the plant and takes down Scream. Ooh, but has he burnt himself in this because, oh, it didn't reach. I'm surprised by that. I thought it would. Faking it out of the first one, gave the Molotov time to do damage. He's the high roller in this as well, so needs to stay alive and well, and he's managed it. RPK trying to work his way in, the 19 HP to haunt him. Crouches down so he can't be seen from Nubox, and he's made it reasonably far. Get Right's gonna hear him, see him, and put him down quite quickly. That's cue for Sixer to back off with the AWP.
This was a 5-on-2 map. This shouldn't be happening. EnVyUs getting ahead of himself there. They thought that was done. They thought they had locked it down. Those 2 players at B, no reason to face it. You've got 30 seconds remaining, right? Even if you know they're committing, just have the crossfire set up. One at back box to the right, maybe one at oranges or coffins, just to get the information. Then you're holding up, buying your time. You don't both face from CD spawn and the bombs at the same time. Get Right, takes them both down, finds an opening there. They have 2 smokes remaining as well. And take a pause, as they'll probably be arguing after that one. That's shocking to lose that sort of round, I'm afraid. And NiP, let me let right back into this game. A couple of chance round for them, an eco victory, and then a 5-on-2 going in their favor as well. They'll be fired up after that one. The money is in the bin for EnVyUs. Got about 3K per player. Probably can't buy into this round. They're at 4 state loss finish, so they'll get 3.5, well, 3,400 into next round. So they'll probably have a partial buy here, but it's a chance to calm down perhaps, as that was a horrendous performance there from the French side.
Yeah, it's not the best that we've seen, I think is fair to put it. Well, NiP, if they win rounds like that and keep the economy low, are definitely in the hot seat now. So T-sided affair tonight on Inferno.
Apparently so. Yes, 4-1 currently for NiP after losing the pistol, no less. So good work by them. That was a round EnVyUs had to win. Best of ones, they can cost you the game. And this should be an opportunity for NiP to almost level the score, and 11-10 coming in. We'll see whether they invest anything into this round. EnVyUs. They buy Deagle so far for Scream. Pause has not been called as of yet. Draken on the AWP. So like we said, NiP normally very good on the anti-eco situations. They bide their time, they map control, they utilize the grenades correctly, they smoke off the key choke points, they Molotov out key positions as well. So they should be absolutely fine here up against just the Deagles and maybe PT50s of Team EnVyUs. So anyone who's not aware, we do online games. It's difficult to enforce the Valve system of 4 pauses overall for a game. You get 5 minutes total, I think, on the stop clock to actually take a statical pause that's accumulated across the game. So you can take really as much as you want just to work out what you're going to do into the next rounds they've discussed. And the final play is PT50s, 5.7 CZs, and a Deagle, pretty much every pistol available to them. 3 sets of armor as well, so a partial buy for sure. 6 up, just the PT50 no armor.
Freiburg. Top of Banana in behind the half wall. Flames down in front of him, wants to wrap around and immediately take the fight against XMS. XMS as well is flirting with Flames because the Molotov will be placed. I'll follow that with one towards Sandbag's flash around the corner as well, so even if the person was burning, they'd run out and be blinded. Their eyes on fire, much like their feet.
Well, B control comes in for NiP. That's a good start. Bomb still towards the bottom and middle. I think we've got a get right at the bottom of second mid as well, just watching the bedroom. So very control, very patient stuff so far from the Swedish side. They've obtained banana control. They know the CTs have no real vision there. You can see a 4-man stack from the French side towards that side. So here we go. Contact play up middle. Don't give anything away. Trade frags. On the top towards garbage. And they should be absolutely fine at this point. There's nothing waiting for them. Maybe go arch. It's a safer place to go when you've got the AKs. It's not as tight as quad, and that's where they'll be heading. And 35 seconds remaining. This is round over. 1 player in library. That's going to be 6-up. Scream winning on the side. Got a Deagle. 6 is smoked off, and Scream dead. 6 might get 1 frag here, but Draken's ready to take him down.
Certainly is. 6 get rights there on the follow-up. Takes XMS back in return. Fire in through the doorway. Wants to get the kill. Can't. Get right goes to a Glock as he throws away his gun, thinking there's another one behind him. There's not. So Glock right. Still finds the kill, though. Gets back his lovely AK-47 as well. There will be a kill for Happy, but it will be a 10th round for NiP, and now they're within range. They are 1 away from our all-determining scoreline, Henry, our favorite.
11-11, NiP. Some very fortunate rounds going in their favor, and Freiburg's the player lagging behind. It doesn't seem... That's a problem with NiP as a package right now. They never have a game where everyone's contributing and everyone's stepping up like a lot of teams do. If you watch North yesterday, everyone's like getting multiple rounds of massive fragging potential, lots of exciting moments, and you feel like they're a proper unit. NiP, 2 or 3 players that I'm sure, but then there's always one player that never really arrives. This time it's Freiburg. As we enter round number 7. 6 is on the AWP. They are limited though in the bar. You can see there's only 1 kit there. 6 with no grenades. That doesn't seem to be a problem though. Gets the first kill. They'll try and Molotov him out of position. Doesn't quite reach him. And will exist there. Go around the corner once again.
6 are down toward the bottom of Banana. Will get a Drake in. I take that back actually, excuse me. 6er's not at the bottom of Banana. He's not near the corner of Banana. He's at top middle. The orange building is not the yellow one that is at the same position, Henry. It was misleading to me, and I apologize.
It's okay.
That's the yellow building I was talking about. XMS. That's the orange one. Thank you, Rushley.
5-4. Draken goes down quite early. Still 45 seconds remaining here. That's decent smoke. Oh, no, actually, it's a horrible little smoke. Flashbangs will send 6 back, and they can't really afford to hold that position. Forrest knows there's a gap there, so they'll be making sure they don't give anything away.
It's a very pretty map. I wouldn't mind going for a little coffee in a cafe in one of these streets.
Yeah.
6er sees one toward Cubby. Thinks he does at least. Doesn't quite land the shot. Goes back for more. Up close. Reaction time. 6er with 2. We just finished saying he was looking much better on the AWP this evening. It shows again. However, they give up the quad side. And Get Right makes his way and tries to spray transfer well and truly ambitious over toward Library. Can't quite do it. And it's a 1 versus 2. He's trying to locate himself in a different angle to catch them off, but you're right. Time is gone. Bomb is down. Molotov off. That'll be Envy picking up 12.
Needs to be careful. Doesn't want to go down here. He'll get no cash to the next round. So he keeps hold of his AK and armor. Still a 6K. Wouldn't have been a big deal regardless, but still every little counts. 12-10. EnVyUs just about get one back. Still have a huge reset potential here as well, though. His 6er Oh, he said he's been lights out all night. Managed to find 2 more great kills there. Goes down eventually. We got 3 in the round, so that's absolutely fine. Sixer still struggling. I don't think they recovered at all because he does not have armor. He had to rebuy it. Into round number 8, 12-10. This is almost the deciding factor now as to who's going to win this game. If EnVyUs lose this round, NiP might get 2 more after it. There'll be double eco territory going forward. So this is one of the most important rounds of the evening. NiP desperate to pick up their first map in a very long time in terms of online Counter-Strike. Smoke towards Archons again. It's that same smoke that's not great. I'm not really sure that's useful. I guess they back it up with the Molotov. I guess it is a bit of a set piece in that sense. It is on purpose. It actually flushes out any danger and gives them a gap to work with once the Molotov goes down. And they can use it to get in a bit more control. It's actually kind of smart when you think about it.
Not too shabby. Oh, Forest. We'll join up with the rest of NiP inside of Banana. Exist is ready to go, and it's a... Oh, yeah, flash. I was going to say, I would assume a flash. Smoke bounces in, covers off the boost. Happy. Dodges the next flash afterward as XMS tries to come through, but Exist finds him. He's exposed, though. Happy's got him. Bomb dropped temporarily. 39 seconds, lots of time. Lots of pressure being applied. Good shot again from Sixer up close. He's looking swift on the op. His teammate gets in his way, though, and Freiburg gets 2 for it. It leaves them 1 up with the bomb down. Scream
has to go for it.
Yep, finds the first shot immediately on Freiburg. Has Kit 1 versus 2 now. Knows Get Right's over toward Emo, can hear him lurking around in the shadows, but needs to find the second Drake. It does. Baits out the second shot. Nearly the right idea, but didn't quite have the aim in that particular instance.
Yeah, and that's going to be disastrous for EnVyUs now. Freiburg, we said he's been quiet most of this game and in the previous map as well, but he actually finds 2 very key frags towards that B site, and you can see, only gets 6 total, but that could be one of the most important rounds of the entire game. And I was about to say this is double eco territory for EnVyUs. They're going all in. They're going to be force buying into this round. 5.7s, pistols, well, PD50s, Deagles, and Sixer does stick on an eco. Scream on the UMP.
So I'm just looking at the kill totals, and Freiburg is well behind at 6 kills. Everyone else is into the double digits. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear, Henry. I mean, I've always been here, but Freiburg got a kill.
He did well.
Screams pushed well into enemy territory. I think this is being waited for, though. Get Right bottom middle isn't exactly watching for him. He's watching for Boiler. Scream's not going to expect to look this way at all. Get Right makes no mistake. Lines up the headshot. Down goes Scream. He's going to be wondering why on earth Get Right is there. That's something that would tilt me, I'm not going to lie. Doesn't take much to tilt me these days, though.
No, that's true.
XMS will start to walk out into Banana. Takes down Forest. Ooh. Follows it to get Freiburg. Not bad. Not bad. It's got a Deagle now, Sixer as well. Close up, though. I don't think he'll anticipate Exist to quite be where he is.
NiP to take the lead at this point. Has to be another eco for EnVyUs to force buy. Finds them 2 frags, but that's about it. Exist closing things out. Freiburg starting to get in the swing of things now. 7 kills. You can see top of the frag charts, it's Draken with 22 and 13 deaths. Get Right and Exist up there as well. But Forrest, he needs to be one of the stars of this team. He needs to be right up there at the top of the scoreboard. An absolute legend of the game. Still amazing to this day, but recent form of the entire team has eluded them as a whole. So this will be a full eco, though, for EnVyUs. So a chance for NiP to take the lead, though. Sixer getting aggressive. He might have snuck past, I'm not 100% sure. Doesn't look like he will. Gets a dink in. That's all I get. Takes Forrest down to 24 HP. You know it's full eco now. Hold up. Good shot from Get Right. And Scream will be falling back. He knows he's watching it.
RPK. Trying to do what he can. It's inside of the smoke as well. At the top of the bridge. Didn't we have a good name for the bridge? I feel like we named it the other day.
I don't think we did.
It's based on like a fairy tale or something. We had a name for it.
I would just call it bridge.
Well, someone's got to have something clever for it. Someone send me something clever for it. I've run out of cleverness. Unfortunately, it doesn't exist this deep in the gas tank. Oh. Our producer made an Exist joke based on the fact that I didn't exist. And he said, no, he's on NiP.
Ah, it's pretty good.
That is good. He's as good at like the cringe humor as I am, which makes me very happy.
You're both up there.
It's my favorite.
You'll always be the king.
If you met my dad, well, you have met my dad, but if you met my dad over like a dinner table,
I said your dad is the ultimate dad joke master.
Yeah, he is. It's like
I couldn't believe that. I can see you are your father's son.
Yeah,
that is.
Yeah, no, he loves to make dad jokes, and it's like I make fun of him for doing it, but then I turn around and do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So, pot, kettle black.
Oh, here we go. 13-12. I think the expression you're looking for is the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Yeah, in my case, I would say the nut doesn't fall far from the tree.
Well, okay. With that in mind, we go into round number 11. 13-12, NiP take the lead for the first time in quite a while, I have to say. And it's round number 11, Team EnVyUs. With Famous XMS, they still have the 6 orb, but need to step up here. It's getting a bit scary for them now. NiP looking to find their first map in Pro League for the first time in a while, I have to say. And it's going to be get right towards apartments. And for now, smoked out. They do find a bit of a spam damage, but just watching towards middle. 6 up. Watching the tight angle, and I think he's about to be challenged. Here we go.
Again, Sixer's going to fire in anonymously toward no one. He's got happy to support him as well if they wrap around the corner. This could be interesting, but they're backing off. They'll go for a late charge on Banana. Money's still not great on the CT side. This would be the 4th in a row if they don't pick this up. And it would put NiP in a very, very good position for the rest of the game, as you mentioned, to get first in a long time.
B-side execution, very likely at this point. 3 smokes, 5 players towards his position. Draken allow him to work his magic initially, but the smokes are going in. It's up to 2 players now. Happy and XMS to hold them off. Oh, actually might be falling back here. The bomb's booking it down towards middle. 25 seconds remaining. Is this the right call? I'm not so sure. They have no idea the CDs are pushed down. Luckily, no one. But
that's what I was going to say. There's no one over on A to get information on this. Normally, you'd leave someone. They're just hoping those single flashes have caused a rotation. Freiburg's in B. That may confirm the fact that they've got to put some more presence there. But it also, as he's alone, means they've got to go back over toward A. And at A, great crossfire. They lead them in. They draw them toward the site and pop up from the graveyard to place them in it. It's 13-13, and Envy are right back into this.
I wasn't a fan of that call from NiP. He got 28 seconds remaining when they fell back from B. They got full banana control, pushes CDs back into a really difficult crossfire as well. You can see they had nothing towards CT spawn. They had all the smokes there. I think they've been more beneficial doing that. They make a real gamble. Back towards B. Freiburg sending towards A by himself, not having a great game. Send him in. It's not like he's setting the world on fire with his aim right now. He gets taken down. Nothing else there. Scream in a perfect position towards Graveyard to find the kills. Shuts it down. 13-13. Still lots of money available for NiP, so not too dangerous as of yet. Smoke towards Arch. Same one they've been throwing. It has that gap, but they normally Molotov garbage as well. There it is. Mid control has been obtained. They've pushed the CDs back. RPK and Scream normally patrol towards the site in the pit area. Scream looking to challenge here a little bit as well. And we're getting towards Quad, using the smoke to his advantage. Boosted up. This is now very interesting. This is actually looking great for Scream, but he gets taken down by Forrest, who actually fumbles off the pallet and finds cover in the smoke to find the first kill. That's actually kind of cool, the way that played out. 5-4 now.
Sixer. The shot. Draken down. Brilliant at that, to take out the man inside of apartments as Forrest is going to try and flash his way around the corner at Quad, but Sixer's gone back to that side. Can't quite hit a third. The fast reaction toward Freiburg, but he's done more than enough. RPK inside of the smoke as well, can see through it toward the pit. He can also jump back down. That's almost perfectly placed for him. And see under it to anyone wrapping around from Library, but no one so astute as Get Right will be able to find his way in toward the site and finally put him in his position to allow Freiburg in, cover off the bomb plant. 2 versus 2. And this, in many ways, is the economy on the line for specifically Team EnVyUs. As XMS makes his way in, spots Freiburg, but he's looking in the right direction. Something to cheer for, Sweden.
This is a harsh reset as well. They win this 2-on-1. Up to Happy, and he gets taken down. Good crossfire by NiP. It's going to be 14-13. Money non-existent once again. They might have to force into this one, all things considered. They've got about $2.5 grand per player on average. So We'll see whether they decide to take the conservative option, allow NiP to get to match point at this stage. It looks like they will. Just a PT30 purchased. Yeah, so 4 PT50s, they will be going for overtime here. 4 PT50s, no nades, no armor. NiP almost certainly going to find match points.
Scream. With the PT50, though, oh, if his timing was there, might have been able to catch Forrest, who now knows he's there. They back up accordingly to elongate the angle. Obtuse or not, it was a cute try, as Draken will get 6er. And NiP start off with the man advantage.
Well, so far, so good for NiP. They get that first pick. And hold up, plenty of time remaining. Only one player towards the ace of the map. That's going to be Scream, holding on the last position as well. He should be taken down momentarily. Molotov goes in. Draken certainly get that kill. There it is. A side open. They'll be fully aware. They'll still be biding their time, making sure they make no mistake here. 3 players towards B. Just hoping NiP make another blunder in terms of their calls and run back to the other side. Not going to be the case this time. Fully committing towards A. Bomb will go down, round over. 15-13. First time we said that in a while for NiP. They've got match point map. It's happening. It all came off the back of that 2v5 as well.
I'm excited for them, but I'm not going to count my chickens until they hatch. I need 16, Henry. We call that a CS dozen.
Okay. Do we?
Baker's dozen,
Yeah.
13. Just go along with it,
Yeah,
Henry.
Yeah.
RPK. We'll try and, get a shot up towards Exist. Forrest gets 2 quickly at that as they come out from the underpass, and then he looks down to find Happy last remaining. Did you see him? I don't know if he did. Now he certainly did. Either way, it's as you say, Hank, 15 rounds for NiP. That'll put them in position to wrap this up. Money's back up slightly for EnVyUs, but they'll force, obviously. It goes without saying.
Yeah. 6 can't get the AWP unless RPK drops in a glass cannon. He gets thrown a UMP and nothing else. I don't think that's going to be the case. Yeah. Okay, so M4 is 3 of those, a Famas and UMP. These rounds normally work out for French teams, though. We'll see what happens, though, as we get into this. No kits. 3 towards B. And we'll get into it. RPK towards middle this time. Cinder in hand just to stop a rush that comes in. Is listening out for footsteps at the top there. A little bit of aggression from the CTs there, with 3 of them posted at the top. They will be pushing down slightly as well. Smoke gets from the cover, of course. Boosting up, not so sure, but NiP opting for a Palmer's control here. Wanting to close this game out. It's a good Molotov as well. Forces RPK back, doesn't take any damage just yet. And up to Scream. Draken.
Nice try again for Draken, but not enough. Get right's there to trade back. Scream goes down. Freiberg works his way in.
Yeah.
RPK is the one he'll find. Ball will be planted. Exist from inside of the smoke, gets 2, and NiP might just get a W.
It's happening.
Well, XMS, the last in all of the problems. Smokes off to get himself closer, round in. They know exactly where he is, and Forrest confirms it. NiP have won a match. The monkey removed from the back.
Just about. It comes down to that 2v5, wrestling that again. That's a huge blunder for EnVyUs. If that doesn't happen, they very likely actually win this game overall. And I think they'll be very gutted that actually happened. They lost against an Eco as well. But NiP, they finally get a win on the board on an Inferno as well. A map, I don't actually rate them on that much as well. So that's good to see them bouncing back. It was a close game on Cash, actually managed to get a win on Inferno. So congratulations to the Ninjas. That might help in their journey of not getting relegated here in Pro League.
With that, a man who once was probably never relegated from, I don't know, were you ever relegated from Pro League in your day, Jason, when you played?
No, actually, I mean, we didn't have relegation in the same sense. And fun fact, during the 1.6 days, I had like 300 defeated seasons. So, you know, just to my own horn from 10 years ago. You
That's
like that?
really
Nice.
fun. I really like the way that NiP
Chad's
took,
having a rough night, by the way.
took the mid wall. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but the way that they do the deeper smoke on the arch side and then they Molotov off the trash area, I don't know what you guys call it, that little cutout.
You seemed in a rush, Chad.
I just really enjoy the way that they take the mid wall. I think it really sets you up, right? Because you push that player completely back, potentially into arch, library, mini pit, and then you can take an aggressive angle. So if they try to do a mid wall retake, you're already set up and you can pop the frags out. And good stuff by NiP getting a win.
Yeah, it just felt a little vanilla to me from the French side. I didn't see much aggression from them. I didn't see much, you know, to bring to the forefront. It felt very generic. Didn't see much banana control. We didn't see too much. I just want to see a little bit
Their
more.
T side is normally not the issue, right? They do that pop flash stuff through mid, and it's quite aggressive. It's the CT side where they maybe, like you're saying, need to have a little bit more innovation.
I was struck by towards the end of that CTF, Envy didn't really have a player in pit too frequently.
What was that about?
A very big position
and it's
on the map.
The strongest position.
Yeah,
to hold
so I mean, you've seen that last round,
yeah.
especially no crossfire is able to be set up. Players playing in very similar angles and everything like that. So made it a little bit easy for NiP, but it does feel like there's just a collective sigh of relief almost for the NiP guys.
Well, considering how much of a good map this is in theory, right? You look at the result-wise for NiP, how good this is for them in comparison to the other maps, it should have kind of gone this way, maybe even cleaner. Yeah,
we can check that out in just a moment. This was the schedule for today. If you missed any of the matches, Mouse Sports just dumpstered Na'Vi over 2 maps. 16-0 as well on Mirage. Those 2 wins qualified them for the ESL Pro League playoffs in Dallas. Then we had Envy taking map 1 16-13, and NiP returns the favor on Inferno. 16-13 win for them. We'll see how that affects their standings. NiP trying to avoid relegations. That 1 win jumps them up from what they were in 12th all the way up to 9th. So they gained 3 spots. Still not out of it just yet. I mean, we've been harping on the fact that even at the bottom of these standings over in Europe, the wins are so close. So 1 win is going to rise you, and 1 loss is going to drop you very, very far. But Virtus Pro is still in that kind of relegation hell of sorts, where they're having the nightmare. North and Mouse Sports, as you can see, Mouse Sports clinched their spot. Those are the 2 teams from Europe so far that have won. North American schedule for the evening: Rush taking on CLG, and then we have Complexity taking on Misfits. Henry's going to be excited for that one. He's got a couple Misfits players in his fantasy team as he claws his way out of last place there. But still, cool to see how the new additions to Misfits will pan out. This is going to be next week. No, it's not. Next week is Sydney, so we're going to be off for a week. Woo! This is going to be in about 2 weeks. So Kingwin is going to take on Fnatic twice, and then North taking on Envy. Yeah, that is a must-win. And also Envy, I mean, still they're in that team as well that wants to avoid relegation. Kingwin, I think, is pretty much resigned to that last spot.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't think they can really push out on. But, you know, if LDLC get a couple of wins beside them as well, that could be quite interesting. So make it even more difficult for the likes of Virtus Pro to get out of those kind of bottom positions.
VP probably rooting against their countrymen in this matchup. Yeah, just praying. Either way, that's going to be it for tonight. That's going to be it for the weekend. Indeed, 2 weeks. Make sure you're tuning into IEM Sydney. We're all traveling tomorrow. That's why Chad's a bit cranky. We'll give him a pass, though. We'll see you guys later. We'll see you in Australia.